back. Well, you heard us talking earlier about, we've got to get money under control here. And the doctrine that the Supreme Court has promulgated that money is somehow the same thing as speech is nuts. The people who are doing something about it, move2amend.org. And Caitlin Sopoci-belknap is with us, the national director of the Move to Amend Coalition. Caitlin, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Tom. Happy Martin Luther King Day.
Thank you. Happy Martin Luther King Day to you, too. So tell me, what is Move to Amend up to right now?
Well, we're definitely still in the education and mobilization phase of this movement. As you talk about on your show fairly often, most of the American public agrees with us, but they don't necessarily know that there's anything happening to make it clear that corporations don't have the same rights as people and money is not speech. So we need to get people involved in this movement. And I'm excited about what we'll be doing tomorrow, which is unfortunately the 4th anniversary, 4 years since Citizens United, but we're using that opportunity to continue to bring in more folks and get the word out on Free Speech TV.
And what is it that you're doing?
Well, we're partnering with Free Speech TV for a whole evening of information and education. We'll be showing, they'll be showing our film Legalizing Democracy, which is a 30-minute film that we put together with filmmaker Dennis Trainer, all about Move to Amend and why we have to amend the Constitution and how people can get involved. And then I'll be doing a quick interview, and Dennis will be doing a quick spot, and folks from Represent Us will be on as well. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern Time is another segment that we put together. One of our very eloquent speakers, Ashley Sanders, she gave a speech in Seattle last year that was filmed and taped and put on for Pirate TV in Washington State, so that will show as well. So that's all tomorrow night. If folks have Free Speech TV, you can tune in on your television, but you can also watch it live on freespeech.org.
Yeah, that is great. And we're talking with Caitlin Sopoci-belknap, the national director of the Move to Amend Coalition. Move2amend.org is the website. I've not seen this movie yet. Is there any way to see it without, if you're not going to be around to watch Free Speech TV tomorrow night?
We haven't put it up on YouTube yet. You can get the DVD from us. If you go to our website, which you just gave, move2amend.org, there's some images that flash across the front page, and one of them is information about how to get the DVD and watch it in your own home. And with this, after this premiere, this is kind of the world premiere of the show, of the film on Free Speech TV, but after that we'll be putting it on YouTube to make it available for everyone. And you're in it, Tom, so you should check it out sometime.
I'm in it?
You're in it.
Oh, my. Okay.
Yeah, when Dennis was in Washington, D.C. For the introduction of our amendment in Congress by Congressman Rick Nolan and Mark Pocan in February of 2013, he did a quick interview with you since he was in the neighborhood, and that segment made it into the film.
Oh, I'm honored. Now I definitely want
you speaking to us.
Now I definitely want to see it. So that's tomorrow night, free at at 8 o'clock Eastern Time?
It's 9 o'clock Eastern Time is when it kicks off, and there's a live stream on the front page of our site, and if folks go to freespeech.org, and then, of course, if they're watching your show on TV now, that means they have it, and they can just tune in live. And also, the video will show several more times over the week on Free Speech TV, so folks should check their listings, because there's several different opportunities.
That is great. Give me an update. What is going on with the Move to Amend Coalition? How close are we to amending the Constitution to say that corporations should not have the rights of persons under the 14th Amendment, and that money should not be considered speech protected by the First Amendment?
Well, it depends how you look at it. I mean, in terms of, Congress, I would say we're not that close. Congress isn't really moving on this. In terms of activity in the states and at the grassroots level, there's a lot of momentum building. 16 states have passed resolutions calling for Congress to send amendment to the states for ratification. We have folks in Washington State who are gearing up to start collecting signatures for a state ballot initiative this year. Folks in Oregon are looking to do something similar either this year or in 2016. We have folks all over Wisconsin who will have it on the ballot come November this year, same with California and many different counties. And so what we expected is that we would need to build this movement from the bottom up, and that's what we're doing. So we have, over 500 communities that have said, Congress, you need to move this forward. And then we can use that as leverage to get our representatives to pay attention. And ultimately, if they won't pay attention to us, then we need to make this a political issue in elections. And this is a federal election year, so we'll be gearing up our Pledge to Amend campaign, where we speak to people who are in office now and let them know that if they want to stay there, they need to support our campaign, and also people who are running for office, whether it's federal, state, or even local office, because the people who are running for city council now will be likely the folks who are on state legislatures, in 4 or 5 years. And so we need to be targeting every level of the political process to make this the issue that is necessary to be on our side if you want to get reelected.
That is great. We just have 30 seconds left. Caitlin, a quick question. Do you know if anybody is taking on the issue of judicial supremacy?
I think that there's a lot of discussion about that, but there's not a campaign yet. I mean, part of what we want to spark with Move to Amend is deeper questions about how we could make our country more democratic in other ways as well. And certainly having the Supreme Court able to overturn democratically enacted laws meant to protect the people is a big issue. And
yeah,
so,
I was talking with a publisher last.
About that. Engage with Move to Amend.
Yeah, there you go. MoveToAmend.org. Check it out, and tomorrow night, freespeech.org, and or if you have Free Speech TV, you can check it out on Free Speech TV. Caitlin, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Great talking with you, and I'm looking forward to seeing the movie. Legalize Democracy.